So this is some of the land across the island from where we live. And this is not far from the city of Seattle, Washington. I always call the city of Seattle the city within a forest. These are, in fact, all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia, part of Canada, which is about an hour away from where we live, or the Canadian border is about an hour away from our island, to all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia to Portland, Oregon, which is about 6 hours probably drive. It's all basically forest like this. Cedar trees, lots of big cedar trees, and pastures, cow pastures, all kinds of things along the way. But and much of it runs adjacent to the Puget Sound, which I'll show you in a minute. Puget Sound is an inlet from the Pacific Ocean, which is a huge, massive amount of water, with islands all in between, going all the way to the ocean. And the ocean from here is not far at all. But then the Puget Sound runs all the way through the region, all the way up into toward British Columbia and around the city of Seattle. Seattle is named after an Indian chief named Chief Seattle. So this is the Puget Sound here. See, it's massive, very big. So Seattle is just not far away at all from here, city of Seattle, and it's all just trees like this, most of it, houses and buildings in the middle of them all. They call this a working forest. That means they're replanting all the trees that they've cut. So through here, these are all former cuts, clear cuts, and that kind of thing. Here's all the new growth and of the trees that they've replanted. As you can see, Washington State has lots of lumber. Cedar trees, pine trees, everything you can imagine. It looks like it's all cedar to me. And any of you who believe that wood is treated and therefore pest-free, don't believe it. It isn't true. There's no such thing as treated wood that prevents termites and carpenter ants. Treated wood is not a pesticide. So if you want to treat wood and put steel around it, then you could keep the termites and carpenter ants out. But treated wood does not mean that it's pest-free forever and ever. That is not true at all. I know, I've been in the industry 30 years plus. So always remember that one. And be sure and have a home inspection, a pest inspection, not just a regular inspection, a pest inspection when you buy a home. A little bit of the Puget Sound, an inlet from the Puget Sound. Ahead of us is the city of Seattle. Seattle, Washington. This region is home of Boeing. All of the planes that you fly, Boeing. Many of the flights that you're in are Boeing aircraft. That Boeing facility is right over on this side of the city. And then Microsoft is in this area in Bellevue. Amazon is based in this area. So a lot of major business. This is the strongest economy in the United States right now. And this is Seattle. About 2 hours from the island that Bing and I live on. And the Puget Sound is right over there. One of the largest ports in the United States, coming from Asia, China, and so forth. We have SeaTac International Airport south of us in the city of Seattle. Mariners baseball team is down here. Their stadium, and the Seahawks football stadium is down there. Kind of hard to see right now with all the traffic and so forth. There's the Mariners baseball stadium and Seahawks stadium, football stadium right next to it. There we go. Bill Gates has a large twin tower up here for his foundation, the Gates Foundation, as well. University of Washington is here. Johns Hopkins Cancer Research Center, one of the top research centers in the nation, and treatment centers in the nation. University of Washington does, we have Amgen, and the University of Washington, which does animal studies, primates and all kinds of animals being tested in those facilities, both of them. The dark, tall building is the tallest building on the West Coast, Columbia Tower. Lake Union is nearby, which is where in World War II, a lot of the ships would come in through the Puget Sound and then dock into Lake Union, including my father, World War II, when he came back from the Philippines. He was in the Battle of Leyte, the Navy side of it. Almost didn't make it. Seattle's a beautiful city, really. Way over there, to our left, the world-famous Space Needle. Missed it. Space Needle was created in 1962 for the World's Fair, 600 feet high. It's essentially a needle. It's a tall building that looks like a needle, that it is. Water surrounds Seattle, Puget Sound, Lake Washington, Lake Union. Traffic is some of the worst in the nation. That's because our freeway system is about as old as the hills and twice as dusty. They've never done much to improve the freeway system, partly due to a mistake way back when they didn't accept federal funding for these freeways when it was offered to them. I don't know, people debate whether that was a mistake or not, but obviously we have a serious traffic problem in this city. Right now it's not bad, but some of the worst in the nation. We have more days of rainfall than any city in the country. Not more rainfall, not more inches in rainfall, but more days with rainfall and cloud cover and so forth. Portland, I think, is second to us.
Slowdown in 2 miles.
University of Washington over there. Got my GPS talking for me. University of Washington over there. Lake Union to our left. One other thing unique to Washington State, cannabis. That's marijuana. They sell it in this state. So all you Filipinos out there, watch our channel. In America, there are many states that are now selling marijuana. You wouldn't dare do that in the Philippines. And it's very sad because kids are doing this. They're not supposed to unless they're 21, but they do and they are. It's a very sad time in America in that regard, in my opinion. This is the other side of the island. This is coming on to the island of Vashon Island. And they do fly fishing and all kinds of things out here. But as you can see, this whole thing is one great big forest. So that's what Seattle is surrounded by. Massive forest everywhere. Huge cedar trees. And so this is just coming onto the island here. We have to go over a bridge over the Puget Sound over a great big deep area called Deception Pass. This is Deception Pass. And this, now we're coming on to the island. That's the Puget Sound. Deception Pass. That's the Puget Sound, so that's what we've been. It goes into the ocean there. Heads up toward Vancouver, British Columbia. And now we're coming on to the island. Vashon Island, which is where we live, on this island. Okay, so now you've had a circle tour from one side of the island to the other, and with Seattle in between. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and please like, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye for now.